check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Kool Hit Sports Network proudly presents Kentucky High School Volleyball on Kool TV. Now let's go courtside for the pregame show on Kool TV. And a pleasant good evening from the campus of Raceland Worthington High School at the Palace. 63rd District volleyball matchup here between Raceland and Greenup County. Good evening, everyone. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here on Kool TV. A big 63rd District showdown between these two as Greenup County comes in with a record of 9-7. Raceland at 9-2. First meeting between these two teams this year on two good players up front that we'll talk about in just a little bit. Your statistics looking at this one coming in, Greenup County at 460 kills, 85 blocks, 458 digs, and 179 aces. They work it very well from the service line. Raceland pretty efficient as well with 113 aces. They receive it very well, as you see there, with 562 digs and only 11 contests, 345 kills. They've got a couple of big swingers up front that we'll talk about in just a few moments. We'll step aside for our first break. We come back, we'll break down the matchups, meet our starting lineups, and get you ready for first serve. Greenup and Raceland here from the Palace after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here at the Palace as we get you set for Greenup County and Raceland. Let's look at the visitors on the scoreboard. The Greenup County Musketeers, 9-7 on the season. They come in off a win last night over West Carter, 3-1. They lost the first set and bounced back with 3 consecutive sets following that, 25-14, 25-19, 25-13. They snapped a 2-game losing streak. They fell in both of their contests down at the Kentucky 2A Championships to Floyd Central and Whitley County. They've got another district game coming up on Thursday night against Russell, and then next week, Lewis County, and then they'll close out the season with a trip that they'll bring in Raceland on October 5th for the final district slate. On the other side of the net, the Raceland Rams, 9-2, getting ready to head off to the All-A State Championship down at Eastern Kentucky this coming Friday and Saturday. They've took a tough loss to Boyd County, which, again, in the region, who hasn't? Back on the 5th. They bounced back on Thursday the 7th with a straight sets win over Fairview. They'll play Ashland at Anderson Gymnasium on Thursday, and then their slate looks like this. They'll start off with Williamsburg and Bishop Brossard on Friday night. Then they'll finish up with their pool play game on Saturday the 16th with St. Henry. Then it goes into bracket play. Depending on what you do from that point is how it plays out. So the Rams headed off to Eastern Kentucky and certainly wish them the best on their trips down there in the All-A State Tournament. They'll come back next week with a trip to Russell. They defeated Russell that first matchup 3-2. Then they've still got Greenup on the road and Lewis County on the road, as this will be their coming into their 4th district game that they've had in this season. Take a look at the teams, and, of course, both teams have big hitters at the net, as we'll look at the screen here and take a look at between Greenup and Raceland at the net. Peyton Powell, 183 kills, 42 blocks. She brings a lot of speed, a lot of strength there at the net, and she's got it, the ability to go inside, outside, on the lines, off the pins. She is going to be a force, and that's something that Raceland will have to do, is be able to move the block to her and not allow her to get in system. She's got 42 blocks on the season, also 36 aces, very effective from that service line. On the other side, Shaylee Holbrook, 79 kills. She'll work up front with Skylar Brown-Morris. Only 5 blocks for Holbrook, but really effective on the back line when she goes in that rotation, but also from the service line with 22 aces. Well, when you have 2 big players up on the net, as the 2 teams have, it all starts from the ladies that keep the offense moving along, and that's where we look at our setters here between these 2 teams. So Riley Dillo, 170 assists, averaging 3.2 a game. Greenup runs a little bit of a different system. Raceland will see a 6-1. You'll see a 5-2 out of Greenup, meaning that they'll have 2 setters that'll run on the floor. So you can kind of spread that wealth around a little bit. Marley Miller will be the other player we'll be talking about. So that's why you see the difference there of the assist average between Cody Haddix, who is the lone setter for the Rams, 264 assists in their 11 games, averaging 8 assists a game. 29 aces for Haddix. Dillo leads the Musketeers with 41 from the service line. This one should be a good matchup. Again, you look at the district standings as we take a look at those. Raceland currently at 2-0, Russell at 2-1, Greenup at 1-1, Lewis at 0-3. So as we talked about with the upcoming schedules, with Raceland, after tonight, they've still got 3 games remaining. They go to Russell, to Greenup, and to Lewis. So they've gotten their 3 home games out of the way starting tonight. For Greenup County, this will be their next game coming up for district play will be against Russell on Thursday night. Then next week they've got Lewis County at home, and then they'll wrap things up with Raceland on October the 5th. A little bit late getting started in this one as the JV game went to 3 sets, and it was the Rams winning it 2-1. So the 7 o'clock start time is going to be a little tardy here as we get things ready to go. Here in this, we still got about 2.5 minutes before the warm-up period concludes, and then we'll have the national anthem and the set for play here between these two teams in district action. Again, if you're following along with us on Kool TV and have not done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Give that little bell there a click, and anytime we put out new material, you'll get an alert that says, hey, there's new material that's been published there. But we appreciate all of the subscribers that have jumped on. We've got over 2,000 and climbing in just over a year. So we greatly appreciate everyone that's followed along with us here on Kool TV as we start our 2nd season of coverage here in high school athletics. A big event coming up next week. We've got the boys and girls regional tournaments. The girls will play on Monday. That's up at Hidden Cove in Grayson. And then the boys will be down in Mount Sterling on Tuesday. We'll be live approximately 11:30, depending on kind of how the play is flowing when we go on the air, and then we'll take you all the way up until the championship moment at each of the events. But, again, on Kool TV, you can follow along. We'll have live coverage from the course, several different holes that we'll be covering live and so forth. So we'll see how things roll out with that. And, of course, high school football, we've got teams back home this weekend, so Raceland makes its home opener after being on the road for the first 4 weeks plus a bye week. They'll bring in Fort Thomas Highlands, who is currently the top team in Class 5A. And then West Carter, they'll be at home on Friday night as well. You can catch all the action right here on Kool TV. So final preparations concluding for the Rams as they go through their warm-ups. And the Greenup County Musketeers meeting with their head coach, Allie Suttles. Remember covering Allie when she was at Marshall, when I was covering Marshall volleyball up in Huntington back in my early days of broadcasting. And now she's made her way into the head coach for the Musketeers. And, of course, on the other side for the Rams, Bill Farley, the longtime head coach here in Ramland, and a great man that's just, he's all about Raceland. And when we always kid Bill, if you cut Bill, he'd bleed orange. But a great man, and he's really done a fabulous job, especially last year. They made a heck of a run into the regional tournament, played all the way into the region championship game, and came up short to Boyd County, which was just a juggernaut, to say the least, as the Rams had a stellar season, knocking off Ashland in the semifinals 3-2 in what was a phenomenal semifinals matchup. All right, both teams are ready for volleyball. What we've got left is the national anthem and the introductions. So what we'll do is we'll step aside for a break. When we return, we'll meet our starting lineups and have first serve here at the Palace. It's Greenup and Raceland next on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump & Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump & Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts, Don't just fuel up your vehicle, fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at the Palace, and we are ready for volleyball as Raceland and Greenup ready to get things rolling. Greenup will be in the green jerseys and the black bottoms. Raceland in the gray tops with the orange stripe and the black bottoms. Musketeers will serve it first, and Riley Dillo will put this game underway. Back service goes to Mackey. Here's Haddix, comes near side of Braden. Then a big swing and a point goes down on the kill from Braden, and Raceland takes a 1-0 lead. So side out for the Rams. And Cody Haddix. And sends that one deep. Uncharacteristic service there for her. So we're even at 1. So Lakin Russell for the service work for the Musketeers. Here's Haddix up front, comes near side to Holbrook, and Shaylee Holbrook fires that one down with authority. 2-1 Rams lead it. And Kaylee Braden, 66 digs on the season, 16 aces. Sends this one over the tape. Back row, Mackey. Haddix up front. Off to Gracie Reed, and they'll get a lift on the Musketeer, or against the Rams, excuse me. We're even at 2. And back to the line is Peyton Powell. 36 service aces on this team. Second on the team. And they get a 2-ball against the Rams. That one was on Reagan Mackey. So the Musketeers take the lead. They lead at 3-2 here in set number 1. Dave Anderson and Charles Baker are lead officials here this evening in the 63rd District matchup. Here's Haddix up front, punches it across. Big swing blocked at the net as Faith Spurlock sent that one away. And it's 3-3. And the libero for the Rams of Reagan Mackey with the service. And that one's a service error. So sloppy work here early on. As we've gone back and forth, neither team really getting things squared away. So Greenup leading 4-3. Mix up front. Brown Morris with a push. Here's Dillo. Block at the net, and the Rams are in the net. 5-3 Greenup. It's Brooklyn Griffith with the big swing on the far side pin. And the Rams got in the net that gave the Musketeers the point. Haddix scrambling. Free ball coming over by the Rams. That's Mackey. Dillo up front. With a big dig out of the back row. Free ball over by the Rams. Nice job there. And a ball just out of bounds on the back line. Give the point to the Rams as Griffith sent it deep. Rams down by 1. 5-4. Here's Dillow up front. Here's Roy down the center. Fires that one across the top of Cody Haddix for the point. (6-4) Musketeers lead it here early in set 1. Brooklyn Griffith back to the service line. Loading service. Haddix near side. Here's Brown Morris. Touches it across near side and drops it in with precision. And Skylar Brown Morris picks up the point for her first kill in the ball game. Gracie Reed, one of the 7 seniors on this year's squad, coming right at you on your screen. And that was going to go down as an ace. And we're even at 6 here in set number 1. Good angle there over top of the shoulder of Reed. Now Reed coming right at you on your screen. Deep service, another ace for Reed. So 7-6. Rams take the lead. Into the ball game is Bailey Willis, as she'll replace Marley Miller. Here's Roy. Push back row, Mackey back up to Haddix. Haddix leads up to Brown Morris with a big swing and puts it down for the point. And it's 8-6. So a couple of points for Skylar here in the first set. And the Rams out in front by 2 now. Reed service, drops it on the near sideline for an ace. Her third ace in the match. It's 9-6. That's one thing Gracie's been working on is her service. Said a couple of matches back she felt like that it wasn't where she wanted it to be. And she's going to drop in another ace as the Musketeers can't play it forward. And we'll get our first timeout here with the Rams in front, 10-6. So we take a look at the Rams' schedule coming up. Again, on the road Thursday night at Ashland. They'll head to the All-A State Tournament on Friday and Saturday. Then back in action next week, a trip to Russell. And then they've got East Carter at home. And then the following week, they'll bring West Carter in. Then they make 2 trips to Fairview and Boyd as we turn over the calendar to the month of October. It's hard to believe that we're already talking about that. On the other side of things, we take a look at Greenup's upcoming schedule. They'll go to Russell on Thursday. Next week, head to Colgrove. Then a matchup with Lewis and East Carter at the Greenhouse as the Musketeers having a good season, trying to stay above 500 and doing a good job there. Fell a couple of times on the in the Class 2H championship earlier last week, and here tonight trying to get things back into that winners column after a solid win over West Carter last evening, 3-1. So out of the timeout, Gracie Reed back to the service line. Rams lead at 10-6 here in set 1. Good service there. Backpedaling is Keys. She'll fire it over on a free ball. Haddix brings it near side Braden. Braden with a push. Dillow up front. And they'll get a lift on. Nope, check that. Actually a net violation on a Greenup. So make it 11-6 Musketeers here in set number 1. Good service there by Reed. Dillow pokes it across. Haddix near side. Back to Braden. Braden tosses it across with the left hand for the point. And it's 12-6 as the Rams doubling up the Musketeers now here in set number 1. Deep service by Reed, and that one's another ace. Gracie Reed with another ace makes it 13-6. As the Rams have opened up a sizable lead here in the first set. trying to pick up win number 10 on the season. And more importantly, a big district win if they can hang on here tonight. Haddix brings it up to the pipe. Straight down the middle is Brown Morris. Nice save by Dillo near side. A poke over by Roy. Here's Braden. Right at Roy and through the block attempt for the point. 14-6. A big swing there by Kaylee Braden. It's an 8-point lead for the Rams over the Musketeers. Dillo off to the far sideline. Russell. Free ball sent over. Dillo up front. Here's Roy down the pipe. Brown Morris up front with a touch. Dillo fires it back over. Mackey controls it as they'll come back near side on a push. Russell. There's Brown Morris at the net against Roy. Blocked, but they dig it out. And then Raceland gets caught up on a confusion of who's going to take it. And it falls in for the point. So give the point to Greenup County. They trail it 14-7. And they'll have the service as Roy will go back to the service line. Haddix on 2, brings it across. Dillo. Back up Peyton Powell with a big swing. There's Mackey out on the back row, sends it back across. Greenup scrambling. It's a free ball lifted across. Haddix far side pin. Brown Morris up front, tips it across. Holbrook over to Braden. Free ball back and forth we go. Neither team finding a way to get in system on this point. And a big swing there by Braden. Dug out on the back row by the Musketeers. Here's Russell. Pushes it near side. There's Mackey. Haddix up front on a 2 on a push. Nice dig on the back row there. Russell with a big swing. Holbrook out of the back row. Brown Morris blocked at the net. Digs it out. Haddix with a tip and puts it down. And we'll pick up the point as she went with a ninja kill. 15-7. Great volley there by both teams. And Cody Haddix just happened to look and saw a soft spot in the defense and was able to tip it over the fingertips of Lucy Roy that skied to try to get it, just could not keep it in play. That was a fun volley to watch right there, though. And a diving save by the libero of Courtney Stevens. But an ace drops it in there and makes it 16-7. Here's an instant replay of that last point by the Rams. That one just dropped in and they could not come back up with it. Skylar Brown Morris, one of those 7 seniors for the Rams. Puts it in the air, right across the tape, and back-to-back aces for Skylar Brown Morris. And that makes it 17-7. And it's a 10-point lead, the largest it's been in the contest. Back row, Dillo up front. Big swing on the far sideline, and that one goes down for Lakin Russell. So back to the service line. Riley Dillo leads the team, 41 aces on the season. She's got her team trailing by 9, wanting to get back into this one. Back row, Peyton Mackey up front to Haddix. Here's Spurlock, touches it across. Dillo goes back to Russell on the far side pin. Blocked at the net, but it's out of bounds. And give the point to Greenup County. Try to fire through the double block there, but the Rams couldn't keep it in play. Haddix on a push on 2. Here's Powell with a big swing and blocked at the net by Faith Spurlock. Side out for the Rams, and they lead it 18-9. And Cody Haddix back to the service line. Russell, far side. Back row, Mackey. Free ball coming over by the Rams by Haddix, but she sends this one into the net. And side out for the Musketeers. 18-10. Greenup trails it by 8 with the service. And Lakin Russell back to the service line. 31 service aces on the season for her. Deep service that's just out of bounds. So give the point to the Rams. They lead at 19-10, and they'll side out with Kaylee Braden going back to the line. There's Miller up front. Powell with a big swing and puts that one down with authority. Peyton Powell fired that one through and picks up the kill. Side out Greenup. It's 19-11 and should go back to the service line. Coming into this contest, Powell 183 kills, averaging nearly 3.5 per game. Also 42 of the 85 blocks. She's having a remarkable season for this Musketeers team. Good service there by her. Rams trying to scramble, and they're not going to get it across. Great service there by Powell as the Rams couldn't control it, and she fired it right across the tape. 7-point deficit for the Musketeers. And then Powell caught that one off the side of her hand. That'll go to the Rams, and it's 20-12. Reagan Mackey, the senior. Free ball coming over by the Musketeers. Here's Haddix coming to the near side pin. Holbrook fires a dart. Dug out on the back row by Dillo. Free ball sent over. Braden back row up to Haddix. Back to Holbrook. Touches it across, and that one's down for a point. Nice find there by Shaylee Holbrook for the point. The Rams 4 points away here in set one of closing this one out, grabbing a 1-0 lead. Near side Stevens. Free ball sent over, Mackey back row. Here's Haddix up to Brown Morris. Blocked at the net, dug out by Roy. Greenup scrambling. 2 players over. Haddix fires it across, and he'll get Raceland caught up in a double hit there, as Haddix and Brown Morris got caught there together. So 21-13, Musketeers down 8. And Marley Miller with the service. There's Holbrook. Push to the back row, Stevens. Now Dillo up front to Roy. And Roy into the net. So 22-13. Shaylee Holbrook back to the service line. Here's Dillo, punches it across. Haddix back to Brown Morris. Brown Morris with the attack, far side, put it on the line for the point. As Skylar Brown Morris picks up another point and makes it a 10-point lead once again. Holbrook back to work. Diving save, free ball lifted over. Braden sends it right back across, and it's just out of bounds. So 23-14. And Brooklyn Griffith with the service work. Here's Brown Morris right down the pipe. Off the tape, Dillo digs it out. Russell from the far side on a free ball. Haddix comes near side, Reed. Reed with a cross-court attack. Scrambling forward is Greenup. They can't get there. Put it down for the point. It's set point here in set number 1 as Gracie Reed fires it down with authority. It makes it 24-14, and she'll go back to the service line, which she had the team in a position where they were trailing by 2 and served it out to a 10-point edge in her first time through the service line. Dillo up front. Here's Roy. Push to the back, and look at the Rams in the net. So still set point. And Lucy Roy will go back to the line. Good service. Mackey near side Haddix. Braden with a big swing. Roy back row. Here's Russell off the far side pin with a touch. Off the tape. Dugout back row. Holbrook. Free ball by Haddix. Good scramble there by the Rams. Here's Peyton with a big swing, but it's out of bounds as Peyton Powell's swing toward the back line goes deep. Raceland wins set number 1, 25-15. Set 2 when we return after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family-owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
1-0 lead for the Rams over the Musketeers. We welcome you back here to the Palace on the campus of Raceland High School. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here. My crew tonight, our executive producers, Travis Otworth, on cameras tonight. Celia Martinez and Taylor Heath. Students of mine here at Raceland High School have joined us with Kool TV and actually doing some work with us, kind of as a co-op and stuff, and as a great opportunity for my students to work with us and learn this and, again, play it back into what we're doing here with the media program at Raceland High School. So glad to have both of them on board. And Travis just coming on board with us this year as well. So excited to continue to grow the Kool Hit Sports Network family as we continue to bring you live coverage of Raceland, East and West Carter, and Lewis County athletics, as well as KCU athletics. We've got a busy schedule coming up over there next week as men and women's soccer in full swing, as well as football. And then don't forget, we've got boys and girls regional golf tournament coming up on Monday and Tuesday. Girls will play Monday at Hidden Cove. The boys will play Tuesday down at Montgomery County. We'll go live somewhere around 11:30 on each day, and then we'll take you all the way up until the championship moment. But you can catch all that action live right here on Kool TV. Both teams in search of win number 10, but more importantly, a key district win is what's on the line here tonight, as the Rams could move to 3-0 in the district if they can close things out. We'll start with Cody Haddix. Junior puts it in play and sends it right into the net. Not a good service start there as Greenup will side out and take a 1-0 lead. Touch near side, and it's even at 1-1. Here's Haddix up front. Reed with a push. Peyton Powell with a big swing, and it's just out of bounds. Right in front of our official. So 2-1 Rams lead it, and they side out. And no, now they've changed it and said that it was tipped. So give the point to Greenup and put them back on the service line. And that quickly, we're even at 2. Faith Spurlock. Here's Russell with a big swing. That one's wide of the back line. Point for Raceland. And they take a 3-2 lead. And Spurlock's going to put that one in for an ace. And the lead grows to 4-2. Powell the push up front. Diving save by Haddix. Tipped over by Brown Morris. They trade punches up top. We play on. And then just enough to get it across by Brown Morris. And put it home for the point. And it's 5-2. Peyton Powell and Brown Morris with 2 good tips right there at the net. Both of them keep it alive just enough. Here's a very deep service to the back line. Allison Gordon backpedaling, and then a big swing by Russell on the far sideline. Greenup County sides out. Here comes your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay on that point earlier. Great look there. So back underway. Here we go. Peyton Powell with a service for Greenup County. Haddix up front on 2 with the ninja kill, and she gets that one home for the point. Cody Haddix with a quick little flip there at the net. 6-3. Rams doubling up the Musketeers here in the 63rd District Showdown. Ball back up at the net, sent right back over by Reed. Greenup County lifts it across on a free ball by Gordon. There's Brown Morris at the net. Roy sends it up. Brown Morris fires it back down, but Stevens on the back row pulls it back up. Great volley here between the two. Here's Reed near side. Cross-court attack. Stevens back row. They'll go back to Russell on the far side pin. She'll come cross-court and put it in for the point. Great volley there by Greenup to pick up the point when it looked like Raceland had a chance there to send it down a couple of opportunities. So Addison Gordon, and then Brown Morris comes near side and sends it wide on the attack. Out of bounds, and the point goes to the Musketeers, and they trail it by 1, 6-5 here in set 2. Haddix up front. Here's Brown Morris. Back row Stevens. Russell blocked at the net as Haddix and Brown Morris on the block. Seven 5. Rams lead it, and back to the service line is Gracie Reed. Here's Dillow up front. Roy, big swing, sent right back over by Mackey. They'll try it again. Next up front, near side Braden. Stevens back row on a free ball by the Musketeers. Haddix with the set, Brown Morris with a touch. A great job on the Musketeers' far side there to get that one home for the point and cut the lead down to 1. And that makes us even at 7. Another look at a Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay on that last play a moment ago. Great scramble back and forth. And then Russell fired it down on that far sideline for the point. Back underway, here we go. Braden with a big swing. There's Stevens on the back row. Brown Morris cross court and puts it in for the point. And the Rams regain the lead. (8-7) here in set number 2. They lead the match 1-0. Peyton Mackey checking in for Brown Morris. Free ball sent toward the net, and that one's not going to make it across. So the point for Raceland, and it's 9-7 here in set 2. Big swing by Roy right down the pipe for the point. She'll go to the service line. Trailing by one of the Musketeers. Haley Dillow on that front line now. Now Roy got that one off the side of her hand. The service error gives the point to the Rams. And they lead it by 2 once again. Cody Haddix back to the service line. Rams will head to Ashland Thursday night. Saw Jason Clark from Ashland in attendance tonight. Peyton Powell with a big swing. Reagan Mackey near side. Here's Braden with the left hand. Dillow back up front. Dillow with a push to the back row. Here's Holbrook. Nice dig by the Musketeers. Back up to Powell on a push. Holbrook off balance. Can't get that one in. And Greenup picks up the point. They trail it by 1. Riley Dillow. Deep service. That one's in for an ace, and we're even at 10. First ace of the contest for Greenup. Racing with 7. Back and forth we go here in set 2. Rams lead the match 1-0. Riley Dillow, who leads his team in service aces with 41. Good service there. Free ball over by the Rams. Here's Powell with a big swing. Haddix there for the dig. Rams send it over on 2. Haddix comes near side. Holbrook with a cross-court attack. Greenup digs it out. Free ball over by Gordon. Mackey back row. Haddix. Near side Holbrook. Great diving save on the far sideline by Keys. Rams trying to send it up. Can't get it up. And Greenup regains the lead 11-10. Great volley back and forth there on that one. So the Musketeers, who were down 3 in this set, now lead it by 1. Haddix on a push to the back line. Stevens up front, Gordon. Holbrook on a free ball. Here's Powell down the pipe. Haddix is there. Gordon will come back to Powell once again with a swing. Haddix punches it across, tight roping that center line. Powell with a big swing. Mackey's there. Powell drops it back up at the net and puts it down for the point. Peyton Powell saw that one. That was an easy one for her to send back down. And she skies there at the net and fires it home for a 2-point lead. It's one of those balls that just kind of floats at the net, and you can see it coming for those big hitters up top. Dillow cross court. Free ball by Holbrook. Powell couldn't get in system on that one. Rams scrambling. They'll have to send over a free ball by Mackey. Stevens back row up to Gordon. There's Dillow on the attack. Blocked and dug out. Haddix with a push deep back corner. Stevens with a save. They'll go back to Dillow. Mackey digs that one out, sends it to the rafters. What a save by the Rams. But they'll say the point went to Greenup either way. So 13-10. Musketeers lead it by 3 here in set 2. Riley Dillo with the service. Here's Spurlock. And they'll get a net violation on Greenup, so the point to Raceland. And it's a 13-11 deficit for the Rams. Gracie Reed back in for Peyton Mackey. And Kaylee Braden back to the service line. Rams lead it 1-0 here in the second set. A good service there as that one will go down as a 4-ball. And that cuts the deficit to 1 for Raceland. Here's Powell down the pipe. Mackey on the back row. Holbrook through the block attempt of Powell and through the point, or through the block attempt. And we are even at 13. Dillo on the far sideline. Mackey up front, lifts it across. Powell drives it into the corner, but it's out of bounds, and the Rams regain the lead now 14-13. Here's a look at your Grayson Sporting Goods replay just a moment ago. As Powell had that one dug out. And then Holbrook put it through for the point. And the Rams on the opposite side catch the antenna on the attack, so side out. And make it 15-13. That one's out of bounds near side. Check that. I've got my score wrong. My mistake here. There we go. (16-13) Rams in front. Reed through the double block attempt. Dug out nicely by Gordon. Here's Reed. Blocked at the net. Tries to loft it back across, but can't get that one through. So 16-14. Rams in front by a deuce. Service for Greenup County. Haley Dillo sends it across. Haddix comes to the back corner. Russell with a touch. Haddix goes to Reed, far side. Dillo steps two. Gordon up front to Powell. Floats that one across. Haddix with a dive, but can't get there. And give the point to Peyton Powell. And the lead's down to 1, 16-15 here in set 2. Free ball by the Rams. Dillo backpedaling, Gordon up front. Here's Powell with a big swing, and we're even at 16. Peyton Powell got a running start on that one, and she about sent that one into the concession stand. 16 all here in set 2. Haley Dillo back to the line. Floating service, Braden. Rams scrambling, can't get it there, and then Greenup's going to go back in front, 17-16. A 4-point run for the Musketeers, and they've got the lead once again here in set number 2, down 1-0 in the match. After Raceland won set 1, 25-15. Free ball by the Rams. Mackey and Reed's tangled up. They've got a free zone wide open on the backcourt. Braden defends it nicely, though. Rams reset. Here's Powell down the pipe. And that one's deep and out of bounds right in front of Bill Farley. Here's that big swing from Powell just a moment ago as she launched this thing down the center on a beautiful set. And that was Braden that just basically had to bend out of the way and hope for the best. $17 here in set two. And Russell's shot into the net on the far sideline. And Raceland regains the point on the error from Lakin Russell. 18-17. Rams trying to grab a commanding 2-0 lead here in the match. Russell cross court and makes up for it on that one to even the contest in this set at 18. Found a great location there. Bill Farley's going to burn a timeout. Again, if we take a look at our district standings, again, Raceland at 2-0, Russell 2-1, Greenup 1-1, Lewis at 0-3. Greenup has Russell coming up in its next matchup on Thursday. Raceland still has 3 road games to finish up. They've played Lewis first, then Russell here at the Palace. This is their 3rd district contest at home. They'll finish up on the road with all 3 of those and trying to lock up the top seed in the 63rd district. 18-all here in set 2. 1-0 Rams lead it. Again, a big hat tip to my crew tonight. Travis Otworth, our executive producer, and Taylor Heath and Sela Martinez doing a fabulous job on camera tonight. Taylor started to turn into a seasoned veteran. I think this is her 3rd game with us. Sela, her 1st game with us, and she's been doing a really good job as well. So maybe it's something about the teacher. Might be something about the teacher doing something good. Taylor's giving me a dirty look. I love having my students come in and work. It's one of the perks of the job here, of getting a chance to get them an opportunity to put what they're learning in the classroom into an on-job training. And they have done a phenomenal job so far. I really enjoy my class and my kiddos here at Raceland Worthington High School. Here's Brown Morris, blocked at the net. Rams scramble. What a heck of a save. On the tape, though, they can't get it across. Nearly had the look there at the net. Somehow the Rams dug that one out on the block attempt there by Roy. But Greenup takes the point, and they lead at 19-18. Here's Reed with a big swing through the block attempt of Roy for the point. We're even at 19. She's having a really good game here tonight. Shaylee Holbrook. Good service. Back row for the ace. That is the 8th ace in the contest for the Rams, and they lead at 20-19. Gordon up front. Russell on the far side. Pin blocked, but it's out of bounds. And that evens the match. Evens the set at 20. Good match going on here. Back and forth here in set 2. It'll be a free ball by the Rams. Reed lifts it across to Gordon. Dillow up front. Here's Roy with a soft touch at the net to drop it in for the point. And Greenup regains the lead, 21-20. That's something that's so just beneficial when you've got a player at the net that can fire it home at will. But when they can just get that nice little touch and finesse it in there, it makes them so much more dangerous at the net than what they normally are. We've seen that from Powell and Roy at the same time. Russell fires this one in the net. It is an error, and we're even at 21. Musketeers would like to even this one up at 1 and then play the best out of 3. Greenup would like, or Raceland would like a 2-0 lead. Try to close this one out in straight sets before heading up to Ashland on Thursday night, before heading off down to Eastern Kentucky University Friday and Saturday for the All-A-State tournament. 22-21, Rams in front by 1. Reed off the tape, gets it across. Free ball as Russell loses her shoe. Blocked at the net. Roy lifts it high. Here's Roy. Send it up and puts it off the block attempt of Skylar Brown Morris with Lakin Russell's shoe on the sideline. Heck of a scramble there by the Musketeers. Russell will put that sneaker back on as one of her teammates snuck out there on the court real quick and grabbed it out of the way so somebody didn't trip on it. And Greenup never missed a beat. Heck of a volley there by them. We're even at 22. But a service error. We'll go back to the Grayson Sporting Goods replay here. Again, as she goes up, there's the shoe going off the court. And then the tip over by Dillo. Point. So 23-22 is our score. Maddox near side of Braden. Big swing, dug out by Gordon on the back row. Dillo backpedaling. There's Braden, and she hits that one way too hard as she caught it pure and sends it all the way to the back wall of the building here at the Palace. And we're even at 23. Again, you have to win by 2. So pivotal point right here in this one. Deep service. Peyton Mackey may have saved that one in from going out. Braden puts it in the near side corner for the point. And it's set point for the Rams after Kaylee Braden threads the needle on the near sideline. And Cody Haddix trying to push it to 2-0. Good service. That one's on the floor, and the Rams take the set 25-23 on the ace from Cody Haddix. Set 3 when we return after this on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump and Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts. Don't just fuel up your vehicle, fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Two games to none lead for the Rams. So we welcome you back here to the Palace on the campus of Raceland Worthington High School. Looking at right now for Raceland, Skylar Brown Morris with 5 kills in the match. Kaylee Braden with 4. Gracie Reed with 5 of the 9 aces for Raceland. For Greenup, Russell and Powell with 5 kills apiece. But only 1 ace thus far for this Musketeers team that came in with 179 total on the season. Want to check out all of the statistics from the teams in this area. head over to KoolHits1057.com. The webpage right there up on the top bar, you'll see it says high school stats. Click on that. You've got boys and girls soccer and volleyball statistics along with football. Click on the tab. It'll take you right to those. You can sort through the different categories there with volleyball with kills, blocks, assists, digs, and service aces. And we try to keep them updated about once a week. And, again, it's all based off of whether or not the teams report their stuff on time. Typically, it's an updated version on Sunday or Monday. So whatever stats are in there, that's what goes up. So if you look in there and say, well, those don't look right, or, hey, I don't see my favorite player's name there, double check and make certain that your coach is reporting those so that we can get those updated and keep them on the rosters the way that they're supposed to be. But, again, we do our best to spotlight all the student athletes throughout the area, and that's one of the ways we wanted to add to our coverage this year. So off we go with set number 3. Raceland scrambling off a great start from Riley Dillo's serve. Playing ping pong at the net thus far. Here's Peyton Powell, launches one to the back row. Haddix comes near side of Braden, and Braden fires that one into the net, though. So 1-0 Greenup here in set number 3, down 2-0. Raceland trying to pick up its 3rd win in district play, taking care of the home court. Powell with a big launch here. Mackey says, I don't know how I got that one back up. I just read her lips from up here. Powell sends it back. Mackey with another diving save. Braden, back line. That one's deep, though, and it's out of bounds. So the point goes to Greenup. So back-to-back errors by the Rams have the Musketeers leading 2-0 here in set number 3. Here's Spurlock with a touch on the block attempt by Powell. And she'll put it in for the point. Side out Raceland. And they trail it 2-1. And Cody Haddix, Jr., back to work. And she's going to fire that one home for an ace, and even this set at 2. 10th ace in the ball game. Second for Haddix in the contest. There's Powell down the pipe. Mackey's on the back row. Braden far sideline with a touch across. Russell fires that one over and picks up the point. So give the point to Greenup, as Russell was able just to poke it across. And side out, Lakin Russell will go back to the service line. 31 aces on the season, 73 kills. Here's Haddix. Spurlock with a big swing. That one's down for a point as she goes far sideline and evens things at 3. Kaylee Braden, good look at her there. She'll come right at you on your screen. Good service over the tape. Big swing from the far sideline, and that one's out of bounds. Maria Moresi on the swing there. And they try to get it to Powell on the near sideline and couldn't make the connection. So 5-3 after the attack by the Musketeers. And Kaylee Braden now with a 2-point lead. Dave Anderson's got to fix his seat first. Dave's a good dude. I've been around with him for quite a long time and all the sports that he officiates, and one of the best around, not the 16th region, one of the best around the state. He calls a really good game no matter what it is he's doing. Got he and Charles Baker here tonight, Coach Charlie Baker as we call him, doing a really good job. Good officiating crew here in this one. Free ball over by the Musketeers. Here's Reed, and they'll get Haddix there on a 2-ball. Side out Greenup. They trail it by 1, 5-4. And Peyton Powell back to the service line. And she didn't catch that one clean. A service error. And the point goes to Raceland. They lead it 6-4 here in set 3. Faith Spurlock near side. Touch across by Roy. Miller up front. Racy with a big swing. Back row for the Rams. Haddix touches across. Here's Roy down the pipe and puts it right down in front of Haddix for the point. (6-5) Greenup's lead, or Greenup's deficit, down to 1. And Marley Miller for the service. Here's Haddix up near. Brown Morris goes cross court on the attack. They got Greenup in the net. So give the point to the Rams. They lead at 7-5 here in set number 3. Good save by Mackey near sideline. Here's Reed through the block attempt. Back row Stevens. Racy pops it across. And a good point there as Maria Maracy will put it home for the point. (7-6) leads down to 1. Good service. Haddix, Brown Morris. Back line. Stevens scrambling. Good run down by her. A free ball over by the Musketeers. And then the Rams were not ready to play it through. And we're even at 7. Haley Braden kind of nonchalantly stepped up on that one and couldn't play it back up in the air. I don't think she was expecting it to make it back across. Brown Morris with a big swing. And a point as she puts it down. As Miller could not get it in. Here's another look on your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay on that free ball that was lifted back across. Braden just kind of nonchalantly stepped to and could not pick up the point. Back to live coverage. Roy up front, blocked at the net by Skylar Brown Morris. And the lead's back to 2 for the Rams and Gracie Reed, who has been phenomenal from the service line tonight. Little touch on the far sideline. Haddix comes back to Brown Morris. Brown Morris through and puts it in for the point. Back-to-back points for the senior. She's having herself a really good evening here tonight. Unofficially, 6 kills in this contest. Rams have been phenomenal from the service line, and there's another one by Gracie Reed for the ace. Makes it 11-7 as she picks up her 6th ace of the night, 11 total for this rambling Rams team. Off the tape, a scorcher. Here's Roy up the pipe, blocked at the net by Skylar Brown Morris. She's had 3 of the last 4 points and a big block there by the senior. I think we'll get a look on that one on instant replay here in just a moment. Reed's got everybody scrambling. Russell touches it across. Here's Brown Morris. Near side diving save. Russell pushes it back in, and they'll get a point for Raceland. Let's take a look at that last big swing there. Off of the replay here from Grayson Sporting Goods as Brown Morris goes vertical and sends it back. Nice work there. Timeout for Greenup. They trail at 13-7. Again, we'll take a look at the Rams' schedule coming up. As we said, they'll head off to the All-A-State tournament this weekend. They first have a matchup with Ashland on Thursday night. Jason Clark, head coach for the Ashland Kittens, or the Volley Cats if you wish, in attendance here tonight. Next week at Russell on Tuesday. They're back here on the Thursday with East Carter. We'll have that game on Kool TV. Then the following week with West Carter back here in the Palace. Then a pair of road games at Fairview and Boyd that West Carter game also will be here on Kool TV as well. So Allison Suttles there trying to talk to her crew and find a way to get them back into this match. They've had kind of glimpses of hope of getting back and forth, and then every time they get close, the Rams pull away. Raceland won set 1, 25-15. A great set, too, in which the Rams found a way down the stretch, 25-23. And here now they lead this one 13-7 as they try to push the district standings out to a 3-0 mark as they hold suit on the home court in district seeding play. Somehow the Rams caught that one and kept it alive. A nice touch there by Riley Dillow at the net, though, as she went on two and picked a perfect time to do so and just lofted across to pick up the point, and the Musketeers will side out. And back to the service line is Lucy Roy. Good service by Roy, and that was in there for an ace. So 13-9 as Roy launched a dart across the tape there. Starts all the way on that with her back on the wall. This time she catches that one off the side of the hand out of bounds. And the service error makes it 14-9 in favor of the Rams. So Skylar Brown-Morris, she's had a really good game here tonight as well. Here's Dillow up front. Peyton Powell with a push. Haddix comes back to Braden. Braden into the net, though. And the point goes to Greenup. Joust at the net. Rams trying to get it up, and Braden can't get it back up after the Rams saved it. And it's 14-10. Braden will step off. On for the Rams is Allison Rigsby, younger sister of the recently departed due to graduation of Elizabeth Rigsby, who's now playing over at KCU in Grayson. Got to see her in action a little bit on Saturday. I believe there's they're worrying about the rotation on the far side. I think where everything's good now. KCU picking up their first win of the season. Rams out of sync on that one. Point falls in for Greenup, and they trail it by 3, 14-11. And then an ace in there for Dillow. Good look at Riley Dillow there from that overhead camera shot. And now they have corrected the score. I've always learned that never trust the scoreboard. I had it right, and I turned and looked at the scoreboard and changed it. I actually had the score correct, but either way, it's 14-13. Haddix comes back to Rigsby. Here's Powell up at the net, and they get a double hit on Greenup. So make it 15-13 here in set 3. Rams trying to serve it out in straight sets. Powell pops it across, but into the net. 16-13. Lead is out to 3 now. Good service there by Haddix. Stevens on the back line. Far side, Russell. Mackey with a dig all the way up to the front row. Now Holbrook goes back corner. Stevens is there. They'll go back to Russell on that far side pin with a big swing. Peyton Mackey back row. Here's Holbrook up front, touches it across. Free ball over by Powell. Good volley here on this one. Rigsby will go back to Russell on that far side pin, but she can't put it through. And it's a 4-point lead. Rams took set 1, 25-15. Set 2, 25-23. They lead it by 4 here in set 3. Here's Russell. Mackey up front. Haddix pops it across. Near side, Holbrook. Trying to get Powell a big swing up at the net, and they can't get it where they need it. Stevens puts it up, blocked at the net there by Rigsby. Greenup saves it and keeps it alive. Here's Holbrook through the block. Diving save on the far sideline. That was by Keys. Rigsby lofting touch across. Dillo goes back to Russell on the far side pin with a big swing. There's Mackey on the back row, but check that, Lake and Russell with a point. Good volley there by Greenup County as they pick up the point. They'll side out and they trail it by 3. Those are the volleys that's fun to be a part of. It's Lake and Russell's service. That one's deep. That's something that Greenup has struggled with here today. Service errors 5, only 2 aces. They had a 179 through 16 games coming in. And Rigsby with a service error gives it right back to Greenup. So 18-15. And a great service there by Peyton Powell. And she drove that one right across the tape for the ace. That's one of those that is very difficult to deal with when it just goes across the tape. It's so hard to read whether it's going to come in or not. So back to the Rams. 19-16. And Faith Spurlock. Haddix comes near side. Holbrook. Back row too deep. (19-17). 2-point lead for the Rams. Musketeers with the serve. Marley Miller lofts it across. Reagan Mackey tried to go far sideline and sends it out of bounds. And the error has it at a 1-point lead. Here's Haddix up front with a nice touch in there for the ninja kill for the point. And the lead's back to 2. Shaylee Holbrook leaves this one up at the net, and Skylar Brown Morris puts it home for the point. Let's take a look at that previous point. It's Haddix with a little touch there in the soft part of the defense. So 21-18 is our score. And a big block at the net there by Brown Morris and Haddix again. (22-18). Here's Roy back up front, swings that one wide of the back line. Greenup scrambling here in these last few points as Raceland has kept them out of system nicely. Trying to close this one out. Here's Stevens on the back line. Dillo up front. Moracy with a touch across. Brown Morris. Diving save. Haddix pushes across after the diving save from Reed. Here's Roy down the pipe. Rigsby steps 2. Reed with a big swing for the point. And it's match point for the Rams here in set number 3 after Gracie Reed fires home the point off the deflection. 24-18. And Shaylee Holbrook trying to close it out. Dillow takes it off to the far side. That's a free ball over to from the Musketeers. Here's Brown Morris trying to finish it off and puts it in with finesse. And the Rams win it in straight sets, 25-18 in set 3. And they take a 3-0 win in the match. The last point here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay as Skylar Brown Morris with the touch there at the net over top of the block attempt of Lucy Roy and gets the victory for the Rams. Postgame when we return after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Raceland wins this one 3-0 as we welcome back here to the Palace in the post-game show as they defeat the Greenup County Musketeers, picking up their 10th win of the season. The Rams will go to 10-2. Set 1, 25-15. A good one in set 2, 25-23. Volley kind of back and forth for position in set number 3, but the Rams were able to put it together late and close it out 25-18 as they win it in straight sets here over the visiting Musketeers. One final break. Stats when we return after this on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump and Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts. Don't just fuel up your vehicle, fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
3-0 Raceland wins it here over Greenup County. So on the season, the Rams will go to 10-2. Greenup County will fall to 9-8 as they'll get back underway Thursday with a big matchup with Russell in district play. Let's take a look at some statistics in the match for Greenup County. Lakin Russell leads away with 7 kills. Lucy Roy with 6. Peyton Powell has 5. 3 aces, 6 service errors, though, for the Musketeers in the contest. For Raceland, they were really effective from the service line. 11 aces tonight, led by Gracie Reed, 6. Skylar Brown-Morris puts down 8 kills this evening to lead the Rams, and she was also very big at the net, had 4 blocks that went down for points to lead this Rams team to a 3-0 mark in district play. So the Rams have hold suit at home in district tilts. So now they've got 3 games to play out on the road, but they're the only undefeated team for the moment that remains in the 63rd district with 3 games yet to play and a couple of big ones coming up in the near future with Russell next week over at the Marv. A big hat tip to my crew tonight, my executive producer Travis Otworth, my camera operators Taylor Heath and Sela Martinez, students here at Raceland Worthington High School, and great to have them along with us here on the Cool Hits Sports Network. Again, your final, Raceland 3, Greenup 0, as the Rams cruise in straight sets to knock off the Musketeers here at the Palace. For Travis Otworth, Taylor Heath, Sela Martinez, and all the great folks at the Cool Hits Sports Network, I'm James Carr saying good night from the Palace as the Rams knock off the Musketeers 3-0. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching Kentucky High School Volleyball on Cool TV. This broadcast of Kentucky High School Volleyball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV.